Welcome to Full Court Sundays. And I got a very special guest today. I mean, this is my brother. We've been together for over, I ain't gonna tell y'all how long, but it is my honor and privilege to bring probably one of the greatest scorers ever played at the Prospectors, Detroit Southwestern, the all-time great Terrence Wheeler in the house. How you doing, T?
Judge, I'm phenomenal, man. Thanks for having me, brother.
Yeah, it's great to have you, man. I'm really blessed, and I thank you for coming, man. Terrence was born in Detroit, Michigan, and tell us about your middle school teams. And I know we lucky, and Coach Watson, who I love and I know you love so much, was honored to have you come to Southwestern because you almost went to our rival Murray Wright. So tell us about that.
Man, I went to I went to two middle schools, Judge. I went to started off at Clipper Middle School, which is really an academic school over on Michigan and Martin, and then Earhart, which is my neighboring middle school, had a basketball team. So I transferred back to that school.
Right.
But in my grandmother's neighborhood, we always played baseball and basketball at Pelham Middle School, as well as Murray Wright at the field, and played, in their gymnasium. So I was really close to going to Murray Wright.
Right.
Coach Duncan, rest in peace, was he was on me hard, man. He said, "Hey, you and Lee Coward would be my freshman guards."
Right.
And
right.
so, but my 8th grade coach got wind of that. He was like, "Hell no, you're not going to Murray Wright.
Exactly.
I'm taking you over here to Southwestern."
Right.
And so, going to Southwestern as an 8th grader, you may not remember this, man. Probably one of the best days of my life, though, Judge. I get over there in the 8th grade, man. So Perry is like, "I heard you was a shooter." And you guys were doing shooting drills. In the shooting drill was Stacy Hooker,
right,
Jamie Davis, and then you. And I had to follow you. We was thumping for a minute. And I said, man, this is where I need to be at. It was just something about the atmosphere and the energy that I said, this is where I need to be at, to see guys who are working hard. And folks may or may not realize that at that particular time, Antoine Jobert was LeBron James with the Jerry curl, was the number one at high school player in the country. And to see that movement, man, inspired me to say, you know what, if I stick and stay,
right,
it's going to happen for me as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just having that blessing as you as a big brother, seeing that movement that you created was instrumental in my development, not only as a player, but as a leader for a Prospector team.
Yeah, man. And you are the leader, man. I mean, we getting into it. We going to get into your career, but you keep the family together, man. I mean, people don't understand how the Prospector family is, and all the great things you do in the inner city of Detroit, and all the things you give back, man. It's just truly amazing. You a blessing from God.
Thank you, brother.
Tell us about that.
So, I grew up, man, in an all too familiar household, man. Mother on drugs, father that was absent. And I'm not ashamed to tell that story, Judge, because as you testify, you're now giving kids the inspiration that if it can happen for me, it can also happen for you. And so it's not your conditions, but yet your decision making that's going to determine your destiny. And so growing up in that household taught me a lot about the streets. It taught me about right and wrong and how to make good decisions. But the Prospector family, it's like these are brothers that I never had.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I feel like we got to stay together, man. We cannot just meet at funerals. You know what I mean? We need to get together once, twice, 3 times a year. We all got families and careers and things of that nature, but with enough lead time, we can get together, man, and honor and give our flowers while we still here, brother.
Man, and you do that, man. It's a blessing, man. I mean, you honor Coach Watson, and we had like 100 guys there that he coach, sent through college. Guys got their degrees, doing good, giving back, man. It's just such a blessing, man. Tell me what kind of influence Coach Watson had.
Oh, man, Coach Watson, just the things that he taught us, Judge, even before you get to practice, that sitting around and he's just talking in that circle. at that particular time at 14, 15, 16, you don't realize that he's giving you life skills.
Right.
When he's talking about, man, something that is prevalent today for me, misery, love is company.
Right.
That ain't nothing but haters, man. That ain't nothing but people who don't want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
Because see, Judge, when you go to the airport and you go to the gate, brother, and you get on a plane, there's no turbulence.
Right.
The turbulence start when God started moving you and you start going up high, bro. All of a sudden now you met with some resistance. But as long as you downtrodden and you ain't going nowhere, they'll let you fall.
Right.
Coach Watson was the father figure. He was the disciplinarian.
Yeah.
But more importantly, man, he was a guy that was accountable. You had to be accountable, man. Like you couldn't. He didn't miss. I don't recall, Judge, in my 4 years at Southwestern ever seen him miss a day of work.
No.
Like he didn't miss a day, so he was always prepared.
No. Yeah.
And so when I got to college, this is kind of why. So I know like guys like you and Terry Mills have a relationship with Bill Frieda. This is why I didn't mess with Frieda like that. But I never thought he was prepared. But I'm coming from a place where Watt was prepared for every second.
Yeah.
I didn't see that preparation with Frieda. So therefore,
I didn't either.
I was like, yo, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like you ain't coaching, bro.
Nah, he ain't coaching,
you ain't leading these kids, man.
Nah, he wasn't, man. We just had the talent, man.
That's it.
The guy get the talent, man. It was totally different for me, man. Like when I got to Michigan and Frieda, man.
Yeah.
And being with Perry. Perry was like a father, a brother. Because, you know, Perry wasn't that much older than me.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, so he was balling, man.
Yeah.
He used to kill us at practice, you know, and tell us, man, I remember, like I say, he would take us on trips and stuff, man. We go to camp. He had a Trans Am, man. He put 4 of us. We over 6'2".
Yeah.
You know, and he'd be like, stop crying, man. Just get it. We going.
Yeah.
He drive us 5 hours. That's the discipline you talking about. And being at practice and being at work every day, and also holding us accountable.
Yeah, the sacrifice, Judge, because you know once you start having your own family, you really understand the sacrifices that adults have made for you. I remember going into my senior year, me and him went to Millersville, Georgia for a week. Then we jumped on a plane, went to Nike All-American camp for a week.
See
now here's a man with a family, you know what I mean? That most wives would have been like,
a wife,
They're like, what you doing? It's your summer. You're supposed to be off.
Yes,
but he was so committed and had an unapologetic commitment to us. I'm obligated, man, to show love and to give back and help as many as I can because so many helped me.
Yeah.
None of us are successful by themselves, Judge. Somebody got to nurture and support your success, bro. Your greatness.
And I want to give an honor to Miss Watson, Deborah Watson, for hanging in there with Coach Watson because she's
Mama Watson. Absolutely.
Deborah, I love you, baby. She hung in there all the time, like you say. Coach gone for weeks. Coach working college camps, doing things, Nike camps, Adidas. He traveling.
Because most of us didn't have the finances. We had the talent, but didn't have the finances to go to those camps to get seen by scouts. He gave up his camp fee so guys can get in, man. Actually taught me about fundraising, and I didn't even know he was teaching me because you give that little slip before you go to BC. Go out here and try to raise a couple dollars. I would raise like $500 and get Watt like $300. So I need the other $200 just to deal with just to be at camp and eat. Get me a T-shirt or something, man.
He showed me fundraising because we had car washes, you know, to get uniforms and different things. So I didn't know nothing about fundraising, man. And he was just a great leader, man. And I think all those things make us leaders.
Absolutely.
And he instilled that leadership, man, in us, and not just basketball, because we had the talent.
Yeah, life, man.
Life skills.
Life skills, how you make good decisions. And I just remember just all the small things that he did, man. We didn't have a hell of a weight room. We was doing calisthenics. I didn't know what the hell calisthenics was. Doing knee-ups and jumping over chairs and things of that nature. Running the stadium stairs. But that's how I learned what my classes was, by running stairs. But here's a black man that I could say did his job, did right by young people. He wasn't like some of these coaches you see today, man, out here trying to sleep with the parents, mothers, and gallivanting. Man, this guy... This guy was on point. This guy was on point, did his job, took it serious, and I love him for it, man. And I want to make him proud each and every day, man.
Absolutely. And me too, man. And everything I do, you know, I want to make him proud, man. And I never thought I would be coaching.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't been coaching 13
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
And it's hard. I admire the job he does.
Yes.
'Cause
Because you realize that the sacrifices you got to make, man.
Yeah, man, you make sacrifices.
Now, let me ask you this though, Judge. Coming from so I would think Antoine Joubert would suffer from some of the things like a Magic Johnson would suffer from. Because great players is hard for them to coach because they've had so much talent and they recognize so many things. How did you transition from a great player to understand this guy may not be as good as me? He don't pick up the game like I do, but I still got to coach him and get him there.
Yeah, man. It took me like 3 years. Because I used to get so frustrated and so stressed, but my first 3 years was my best of my career. So I had some really good players. And the next year I said, man, I got to go to school. And I went back to get my master's in psychology, and it helped me learn about environment and our kids. And that's something I didn't know.
Right.
You know, everybody didn't grow up like me. You know, I had a big brother. I had guys around me to help me. You know, my brother was my idol. You know, he could play sports and stuff. I had people to help me, but everybody don't have people to help them. And when people don't have people to help them, that's when you got to help them.
Right.
And I learned, like, you know, some kids don't have parents that care.
Yeah.
And they don't have finance, like you said. And that's when I come in and tell them, you can get through this struggle. You got to be strong. It's a sacrifice, and I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
And I got so many that made it, man. I got guys work for Dan Gilbert. I got guys go work overseas, Macy's, managers, you know, and they come from nowhere.
Right.
And that make you feel so good.
Absolutely, because that success is just simply setting a goal and accomplishing it.
Yeah.
And being able to get to second base going through a junior college, you're halfway home now.
Yeah.
Learning better study habits, how to be a better student, using these resources, you know what I mean? So hats off to you, brother.
You know, the great Earl Cureton, he went to junior college. He a 2-time NBA champion, you know, so these guys, it's a dream, you know.
Yeah.
But the ultimate dream is to get a free education.
Oh, man, come on, talk about it.
You know, and that's what, you know, you help with a lot of people, man, and you give so back to the community, man. I've been coming like the last 3 years, and I know you've been doing it longer. But it's just a great day, man.
Man, it's you know what happened, Judge, is, man, I remember, so I had never, remember, once I left Detroit, Arizona was so great for me as a young man.
Right.
And the determining factor for me even going to Arizona State wasn't even in my top 10.
Right.
I got there. Yeah.
Freedom.
Ended up coming there. But, man, it was a conversation.
Yeah.
So on the trip to BC camp, in the van with us was B.J. Armstrong, Joe Gregory. I remember talking to B.J.
The great B.J.
And B.J. was like, man, T, when it come time, take all 5 of your trips.
Right.
But what he didn't tell me is that along this process, man, you're going to be tired of all these letters, all these phone calls. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so the coach was at Fresno State who's recruiting me hard. He ends up getting a job at Arizona State.
Right.
He says, man, hey, you want to take a visit? I go back to the conversation me and BJ had. I'm like, bet. I ain't never been to Arizona. So Steve Beck is out there. I'm like, okay, well, at least I know one homeboy.
Great Steve Beck from Detroit.
I mean, I go out there,
Southeastern.
Judge, and I'm like, I'm just kind of going through the motions. All of a sudden, man, we enter a part on campus. When you walk over this bridge and you come down, there was 1,000 palm trees. I was like, man, that's dope. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And showed me some other stuff.
Right.
I'm like, okay, yeah, the weather's great, the facility's great.
Yeah,
man,
beautiful.
like, so with the basketball part gonna take care of itself. I'm like, okay, this is sweet.
Yeah.
And the man got on the phone and called my grandmother, man, Coach Patterson, rest in peace.
Right.
He said, I'm gonna take him as a boy and return him to you as a man.
Wow.
That was it, bruh.
Wow.
We're like, we going here. I came back to Southwestern, like, what? Arizona State is it. He was like, what you talking about? He was like, what you talking about? So mind you, because Syracuse was recruiting a guy named Earl Duncan. Earl Duncan was from California.
Yeah.
He looked like Pearl, but he wasn't Pearl.
Right.
Okay, but Lewis Orr liked him. One of the other coaches like me.
Right.
Boeheim was going with Lewis or was
Back
going.
and
Okay,
forth,
cool.
yeah.
So why thing is, are you the number one recruit?
Right.
If you're not, keep it moving.
Right.
So I was like, forget him.
Right.
Come to find out, man, we end up playing Earl Duncan and them my senior year, Southeast Region, game 1, Judge, at the Omni. Gave me 26 in the second half.
Damn.
Check up, you can't guard me, cuz. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
Yeah, man.
26.
26, but he had left Syracuse and went to Rutgers.
Oh,
yeah,
my
but
Did you hear that?
man, come on. Do you know about it?
Did you hear that? I know he didn't want to hear that. Hey, man, well, let's go. I know you played varsity all 4 years, man. Let's go to your freshman year. Let's talk about how that experience, and I know your career. I know you averaged 30 at the end, but let's go from your freshman year on.
Freshman year was a tough year because like I said, I'm going off of what I'm looking at what Duncan was telling me, and I remember, man, Keith Bates, one practice, Bates, both of y'all played football, so y'all come in. Yeah. So I remember one practice, man, I was frustrated. I'm like, Bates, I'm out of here. Man, Bates snatched me up, Judge, behind one of the bleachers.
Exactly.
And said, shut the hell up. You ain't going nowhere, bro. Right. He was like, you ain't going nowhere. He was like, look. And so what I was able to do is learn how to lead by watching. Because what happens is you become impatient as a player and think you know it all. Exactly. But sometimes you got to be under something to be over something. Yeah. And as a team, you realize, man, like, okay, if I just stick and stay, if I take a little bit what Jud's doing, take a little bit what Bill Jones is doing, what Chauncey Billups, and a guy like Tim Nitty, who may not be as athletic, but he's had a high IQ.
High IQ.
Mark Barnes. You look at some other guys who had really talent, but made some mistakes. A Robert Holyfield, them type of guys. And you say, man, I'm not going down that path. I'm going to follow these guys. You know what I'm saying? And then you realize that movement, and you start walking through the hallway, and you got Danny Manning's daddy over there. You got Larry Brown over here. You got Farmer from UCLA. You got all these cats. You like, man, hold up.
Yeah.
This is it. You know what I mean?
That's it.
If you got some discipline, you're going to be okay. So you learn, you start to watch this movement. Then I realized, man, it was a difference between PSL and going for the state run when you get the black bags. And, Coach was doing training table before I knew what training table was. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Getting ready for that 8 o'clock game.
Coach would take us training table. He'd take us to eat. He made us wear suits.
Oh, man.
And I experienced the same thing you did as a freshman because here I come out of high school. I don't hit 88. I dropped 88 in a high school game. Yeah. Man. Our team, we only had 100.
Yeah.
So I come to Southwest and I'm like, man, I better be starting.
Yeah.
But hey, I wasn't starting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm working my butt off today, So I go to coach. I'm like, man, I need to be starting.
Yeah.
He's like, man, be quiet. I ain't gonna say what he said.
Yeah, I know these. Yeah,
you know what he said.
Yeah,
he was like, man, you better be quiet, man. So, and then I got my opportunity to play.
Yeah.
And like you say, you want to play, but you steady learning. I learned from guys like Tyrone Jones, Curtis Moore. They was before you. And they kind of had the same mentality that Perry was giving us. Yeah. Leadership.
Man.
Accountability.
This guy, just to sit and watch the movement, obviously, okay, everybody came to see you. That's a given. However, you realize, okay, Ed Benavidez setting screens,
That's
Clarence Holyfield, the sacrifices that a Bates have to make, him being a floor leader, setting the tempo on defense, getting everybody organized. Jamie Davis. I sat and I watched all that. Stacey Hooker, a.k.a. Said the Entertainer. Here's a guy that had a pacemaker on. This guy running through. So to sit and watch these guys, and you're like, okay, it's gonna work out, man. And get past that. Now my sophomore year, okay, Got Bill Jones. It's Bill's turn.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Right.
We still working. We in the game.
Right.
We playing now. Give
Yeah,
a little more
you got
burn.
Bill and Chauncey
Yeah, Bill and
Scott.
Chauncey.
Yeah.
Sean Skywalker, Nitty.
Yeah,
You got Mark
Sam.
Barnes. You got
Yeah,
that class.
Nitty, yeah.
Then here come 85. 85 was when it really all came together for me, man. Because now
Yeah.
it's like, okay, coach got me playing 1 and 2. So I'm either coming in or I'm starting, depending on who we playing. We might go a 3-guard rotation. Me, Slayton, JJ. Or you
Right,
might go
right.
Robars or whoever. But the burn was there, and you learn through all this training. And I remember, Judge,
Yeah,
reading
you
the
have
book.
been training like me for
So
4
you
years.
You end up like, bro, what Malcolm Gladwell said, if you got
Yeah.
over 10,000 hours, you are a subject matter expert. So I became an
Absolutely.
expert in what it takes
right.
to build this team. So my senior
right.
year, we accomplished far more than we should have. So I've got 8 underclassmen who had never played. Hunt
Yeah.
didn't play varsity
Yeah,
before.
you had
Lauren
Anderson Hunt.
Clyburn,
Yeah.
all them cats had never played varsity.
Right,
But they
right.
on the squad. So
That's
now you
right.
got to lead them
Yeah.
and get them there. So we end up playing in the championship games, PSL and the state. And I can say this to people, man. They always talk about Southwestern. Let me tell you something, man. Y'all had a winning season. We had a program. Totally different, bruh. Every year we're in that
Everything
thing.
is totally. Every year we there.
Every 8 o'clock game we playing.
Hey, every Halloween game is us. You can believe that.
Man, sold out, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And I wanted to mention, our program was so good because not only did we have a great head coach, we had a great junior varsity
Oh,
and
man,
assistant
come on,
coach,
man.
and Chuck Sutton.
Oh, Chuck,
who I
man.
love,
Come
man.
on, give it up for
Hey,
Chuck, man.
Give it up for Chuck.
Whoa, man. Give it up for Chuck,
hey,
man.
That's my guy, and I love you, Chuck,
man,
so
love
much.
Chuck, man.
Yeah, because even our junior varsity guys, when it was time to step up to the varsity, you were ready.
Man, you ready?
You ready?
You know what it took.
You already know what
It would take. And so it was easy to go to that next. 'Cause you know what it took. And I say this, Judge, man, everybody cannot wear a prospector jersey. It's a
No,
lot of
they
talented
can't.
guys that played in our era.
No, they
but
can't.
everybody can't wear that jersey, man.
No,
You
they
talking
can't.
about running cross country, not just running out there, competing. Wanting you to beat somebody, man. Wanting you to beat kids who that's all they do is run.
Yeah, and people don't know Perry Watson coached 3 sports: cross country, baseball, and basketball. You know, he's making you compete at all these. And we had to run cross country or play football or something.
We were the cross country team.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, wasn't no debate. Man, I go out there and I might see a Doug Blanchard and a Doug Smith just walking.
Right.
We didn't have that luxury.
We ain't had
But
that
you know what
luxury.
happened, though, Judge? By
stuck
doing
out
that,
there.
when it got tough, that fourth quarter, we always ready.
We
Always, because we
was.
running and
We
gunning.
always pulled
Put that
it
boy
out.
run and jump
Yeah,
on you.
yeah,
If
we
you don't know, if you ain't got no
always
good guard play, you in trouble.
You in trouble, man. You in trouble. And your senior year was a phenomenal year for you.
Yeah, man.
You kicked butt to
Yeah.
names. They can't never say
Man,
nothing. And you went to the city championship and to the state championship. Let's talk
Let me
that.
go back, Judge. Let me go back to my junior year, man.
Yeah, okay,
So
go back.
We talk about those incidents with Perry Watson, man, who I love like a father.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing McKenzie at Southwestern.
Right.
We're number 1. They got a whip. They got Derek Richmond, Ted McCree,
Oh, my
Mario
God.
Pearson.
Oh,
you got
great.
a young Doug Smith. You got a squad.
Yeah, you got
and not only are they
squad. All
athletic,
those guys were
but you know,
great
they're goons.
PSL
You know
players.
what I mean? They
Right.
goons.
Ain't no question.
We at Southwestern just packed at the crib, Third, Bo Dollar, everybody there, right? It's sold out.
Booty.
Man, Derek Richmond hits a jump shot, bruh, with 6 or 7 seconds left in the game. We get the ball. I'm a junior. I walk to the bench, bruh. I'm like, Watt, give me the ball, man. I'll make this shot. He said, sit down, Will. I said, I don't think he heard me. So I said it again, Judge. I said, Watt, give me that ball. He diagrammed the play. I'm like, Watt, give me that ball. I'm going to make this shot.
You gonna score.
He said, Will, we going to pass that ball to Sam Selman. Because this 85, this Sam
Right.
year.
This
Because you know
Sam.
how I go. You put them
Right.
4 years in, man. Your
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
it's your time.
Sam Selman was another
Sam
great
was a
player.
thoroughbred.
Yeah, he was.
But he wasn't no shooter.
Right.
So had he said
Right.
Johnny Johnson or Johnny Slater, I would have deferred.
Right.
Because they knocked down shooters.
Right,
So
right.
my dumb self questioned his judgment. I'm like, why? Even when we left out the huddle, bro, I looked at him. He said, Will? So Slate inbound the ball to me, bro. I get it. I hesitate. I really want to shoot this thing, Judge.
Right.
Threw it to World, man. World missed the shot, bro. We lost the game. So I spent towards the bench. Then we got to walk out this way to the locker room. Coach going off, bro. Cussing me out, going crazy.
Right.
He was right. He's the coach. I'm the player.
Absolutely.
We played them in the PSL championship, blow them out. Now, my senior year, we at McKenzie, same scenario. I think Johnny Wilson hit a shot. They up by one.
Right.
Now, I'm a senior. Okay, boom. Inbound the ball to Hunt. Callahan set the screen, come off the screen, bam, hit the jump shot, game was over. What he taught me, Judge, is life is about patience and perseverance.
Absolutely.
85, it wasn't my time. You were senior, we rocking with you. Every game winner he gave me my senior year, I made, bruh.
See, and he taught me the same thing, man. I mean, patience and perseverance is what you wait for.
Yeah.
The Bible teaches.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
And he taught me the same thing, man. I mean, I played and we had Rock, the great Leslie Rocky Moore.
Yeah.
You know, Rock averaged 31 my sophomore year. And I'm like, man, I had been playing with Rock since I could remember myself.
Right.
You know, we always play together.
And I'm like, he getting a lot more shots than me, man. You know, what's going on?
Yeah.
Perry, like, look, you get inside, you rebound, you play defense, you're going to get yours.
Yeah.
And we had the great Keith Taylor.
Yeah, oh, man,
And
K-Nice.
Keith told me how to shake, guys.
Yeah.
I always could dribble.
Yeah.
But you know how
Man,
you
K-Nice,
shake.
man. Ooh.
You know me.
Yeah, we shoot that thing, bro.
Yeah,
All
and
these a
we-
little space.
Right, a little space, you know. So, I mean, man, we took that, man, and just took it. And Perry taught me the same thing, man.
It was
Because my turn came just like
it's one of
yours.
them transformational moments in your life, man. It impacted me so much, man, that I named my daughter Mackenzie because it was a life-changing thing for me, man. Like, wow, this guy, like I didn't realize what he
That's
was doing at the
beautiful,
moment, man. And so,
Yeah, that's beautiful,
all
man.
his teachings I give to young people because at that
Absolutely,
age you don't
man.
really know really about life skills. You think you know stuff, you don't know what's going on.
you
don't
don't.
know that she just like you because you on the hoop team.
You do it as you grow, man.
Yeah.
As you grow, you learn, and you think back like, dang,
Man, this dude was teaching
Man, he was teaching,
all
man.
the time.
He was saving lives, man.
saving lives. And
brother.
that's what he has done.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He has done saved so many, man. And that's what it's all about. That's what your legacy is about.
Yeah.
It ain't about money.
Because you look at the guys, man, that wasn't star players, but still got scholarships. Tim Nitty, Ray Bennett, who
That's right.
is now a high ranking as a president of Marriott Hotels.
That's right.
Was
That's
our
right.
manager.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? A
Yeah.
guy who, but he was a
Yeah.
prospect. He's part of the
Yeah.
family. He played an integral role.
Absolutely, man. That's crazy, and that's the things that you get out of kids. Everybody can't be a great player, as yourself, but being a part of a family and a team, man, a fraternity,
man,
it's so strong, man.
It's just like no other, man. That prospective family. When I see a Jalen or a Howard or I see a Vo, cats that came behind us. You know what I mean? No, like just like when I see a Kurt Moore, a K Nice, a Nitty who was ahead of me, but it's still love because it's prospect of love.
Yeah.
We want to see each other win. Ain't no hate, man.
Yeah, when we get all together, man, we hug everybody. We don't talk about
it's beautiful.
It's nothing, man. We love each other, man.
You know what I
and we
mean?
have
The
such
great
a
Eddie
good time.
Benavidez, who started affirmative action in the PSL, the first Mexican to start in the PSL.
First Mexican, my boy Eddie. Give it up for Eddie.
Eddie B.
And a two-time champion.
Come on, man.
Two-time champion Eddie Benavidez,
Yeah,
the
man.
dog. Yeah, Eddie took on the great Roy Tarpley.
Yes, he took on everybody.
Yeah, he took on some Anthony Watson. Those are your Cooley people who was great. And give it up. And Ed is my boy, man. Ed took a lot of pressure off me,
Yeah, man.
he used to set those screens, man. He like, man, let me get him, man. This guy's strong, man. I'm like, yeah, he wearing me down. He like, I got him, you know. He boxed that cat out, man, and stuff. And Keith Bates, I got to get both of them on here. You know, Keith Bates, my boy, Keith coach at Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
He been there serving kids and giving back to the community for a long time. And we all from the Prospector
Absolutely,
family,
man. Absolutely, man.
You know.
If somebody don't love Keith Bates, man, I can't even talk to him. I can't even be around you, man.
Right.
Keith Bates is loved by everybody, man. Like, if you don't love Bingo, man, just stay away from me, man. Like, Bingo Bates is a great dude who just believed in me early, Judge.
Yeah,
when
man.
sometimes I didn't believe in myself.
Yeah,
he was like,
man.
no, Will, just keep on man.
Doing it, man.
And he poured into me, bruh.
Yeah.
And he's still pouring into me, man. So
Yeah.
I owe this guy so much, man, that I have to continue to do right by people and be on the right side of humanity.
Absolutely.
Because if you are lazy and lethargic, man, it's disrespectful to the people that endorse you.
Exactly, man. And you know, like Keith Bates, man, I use him at practice. You know, Perry comes to my practice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't come this year because of the pandemic, but every year I've been coaching. He flies in and run the practice for me, you know, because I want these kids to feel him and see him and understand. And I use Keith Bates. I said, I never played with anybody work hard as
nobody, bro.
and who believe, you know. And I played football with this guy and basketball. This guy played everything.
Yeah.
Baseball, he can play all sports. Run track. This dude is tough as they come, man. And positive, man. And I tell everybody, I say, if you work hard as Keith Bates, then I'm going to be a champion.
No question, man. And Bates still jacking people up in the 50 and over league. Still bullying people, man, up and down there.
people from baseline to baseline.
He's still slapping the floor, Judge. Over at Clemente, man, harassing people, man.
He's something else, man. And let's talk about,
I know you played against the great players. You had great players in your class. You had Terry Mills, Derek Coleman, coming out the same year as you. I mean, two great NBA legends playing in your year, and you still were in the top 5 best players in the state. Tell me about that.
Man, it was that was a whip, man. You got T. Mills, you got Derek Coleman, you got Willie Burton.
Yes, I forgot it.
So
the great Willie B.
Willie B played with me on our AAU team. He's a road runner.
Right.
We played for the road runner. So
okay.
So between 85 and 86, man, I've been playing against B.J. Armstrong since I was like 10. We played for Joe Tucker. B.J. played for Joe Tucker. Bo Neely played for Joe Tucker.
Yeah, the great Bo
Scott
Neely.
Nichols played for Joe Tucker.
Yeah.
So it's always us and them pretty much in the championship. Every now and again, you'll get George Gaddy, the East Side boys.
Right.
But that year, man, those guys, man, 6'7" and higher, they had.
There was some big guys.
Yeah, man. So they had, but they was forwards and centers, but they had guard skills.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Way back then. They were stretch
Derek
4s and 5s.
And Terry
come on,
Mills,
man.
Especially Derek was.
Come on, man. Get off the board. Let's go. Boom.
Yeah.
Handle that thing. Shoot it.
Pass it. Handle. Yeah, like me and you could.
Yeah, and so when I go back to my senior year, this is why they were able to beat us. Because of those two great players. They were able to break the press. They're big enough, they're tall enough, and they're great decision makers.
Exactly.
So if you leave it up to the guards, we could smother the guards.
Absolutely.
But your outlet is that big fella. He get in the middle, and he can take 2 or 3 dribbles and get off of it.
Yeah.
3 on 2, 2 on 1.
Yeah.
And so that was that, man. But it was phenomenal. Me and D went on to play for Team Michigan end of our senior year, win a national championship under Glove and Coach Rocky Watson.
Absolutely.
Man,
absolutely.
That
Give
was
it up for Rocky.
Rocky, baby, yes. Yeah, man, Glove been helping kids a long time as well, man.
Yeah, 30, 40 years, man. 40 years at least.
So I got a funny story, Justin. We playing, man, in the tournament 19 under AAU, man, down in Florida.
Okay.
So Rocky has said, look here, I'm going to get y'all shoes. But I'm like, man, I was taught, man, always bring your own shoes.
Right.
This kid, Derek Coleman, shows up in Jacksonville, Florida with some Adidas with no shoestrings in them, shell toes, no basketball shoes. Rocky went to the store, bro. His credit card had maxed out. They wouldn't let him get no more. I don't know where Rocky went and got that boy some 17s, but he came back, got some decent 17s.
Because they don't have 17s in the store. Where you get it from?
Man, D balled out, man. D had to go against Alonzo Mourning. And Alonzo Mourning and J.R. Reed was on the same team, Team Virginia.
Right.
Scott Williams, Trevor Wilson was on Team Florida. Dwayne Shinsis, Chris Corciani, and Travis Mays was on Team Florida. We were playing Team Florida in the championship, man. Lefty showed out, man. Lefty, Nate Bunton, Jackie Jones. We had so many players.
Jackie Jones.
Cats like Doug
Nate
Smith
Bunton.
didn't even get much burn.
Right.
Because these other guys in front of you, Jackie Jones was a baller.
Ain't no question. Played at Oklahoma.
Man, Jackie Jones can give you some work.
Played at Oklahoma.
Nate Bunton wasn't no slouch.
No joke.
So all them guys,
joke.
86.
Yeah.
all them great players, man. It's so many great players out of Detroit, and the thing that you're talking about playing down there in the AAU is you get an experience of playing so many great players, man. I mean, Rocky and Glove them showed me, how to do what I'm doing now.
Right.
I've been doing it for like 14 years, and like Coach Josh Jackson, who's starring for the Pistons now, and it's just amazing, man.
Yeah.
Taking kids from Detroit to Florida and
you know
helping
what,
them
Judge,
have
man?
a vision and seeing that it's more to life than what I'm seeing.
Absolutely,
around here
in your
neighborhood.
environment, and also that travel is educational.
Absolutely.
Teaches you how to coexist with other people, how to be a good roommate, how to be a good steward over your resources. So all those camps and all those AAU teams that you play on, you now can go to college and be successful because you know how to live with somebody, you know how to cohabitate with somebody.
Absolutely,
in a shared space.
And also you learn team concept.
Oh man, come on.
Which when you work in an environment, you have to work as a team.
Yeah.
Unless you have your own business.
Yeah.
So you learn so much through sports and stuff, man. And that's how I go back to Perry again, because like you say, he say, wait your turn.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like kids today, I look at kids today, they don't have patience.
Yeah.
And a lot of them rush and mess up their career.
Absolutely. You're impatient. You don't want to. You want to skip the process.
Absolutely.
You can't skip conditioning.
That's
There's
what
no
I'm saying.
shortcuts to success, bro.
No, it ain't.
The elevator's out of order. You guys one
it
stair
ain't.
at a time, bro.
Yeah.
And when you look at us as prospectors, man, we realize that through hard work, bro, work, sacrifice, perseverance, knowing that some days you're gonna be Michael Jordan, some days you're gonna be Scottie Pippen. Another day you might be BJ. You might not get no shots, depending on the game.
Right. But you
we
want to
won.
win.
We won.
You want to win.
Man, but
That's
I'm
what
glad
I
you said
tell
that, Judge.
kids.
It kills me, man, when I
We
see
want to win.
they talk about the guy had 30 and 40 and 50 points. I say, man, but y'all lost.
You
I'd
lost.
rather have 15 and win than
Right.
40 and lose.
Exactly.
And I'm sick of tired of parents showing these videos online with just all the makes.
Right.
Show me the mistakes. The kids
Right.
gonna learn from the turnovers.
Right.
Man, I go to some games, man. Kids can't make a regular bounce pass, an entry pass. Kids don't know how to pump fake.
They
catch and
can't
dribble.
make a left
Man,
hand
come on.
layup.
Nah, bruh.
They come to college to me like they pin. I say, get on the side of him. Don't foul him. You go with your left hand all the way from half court to make a left hand layup.
Can't do it, bruh.
Because they don't teach fundamental.
Yep.
They already teach you that from
Man, for day one, jumping off the right leg.
Exactly. So in the game, in case of somebody like T. Mills or DC or Carlos coming at you, you can flip
Yeah,
it.
you know how to flip that thing, man.
Get it up. Yeah,
These
man,
cats, they're only showing their makes. I'm like, man, this is unfair to this kid that you
Exactly.
keep showing these highlights. Show the lowlights.
Yeah.
That kid to become a better all-around player than just you showing him hitting a couple jumpers. Show him when he made the wrong pass, the wrong read.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Show him that.
Yeah, man. And let's get into enough about that. I know you had a great college career. Let's get into overseas.
Oh, man.
Because, I know when I come to a country and stuff, the dudes on my team was like,
hey, man, you heard of Terrence Wheeler? I say, what? And they say, hey, he like Michael Jordan, baby. He killing them. I said, what? I know Terrence Wheeler.
Yeah.
That's my little brother.
Yeah, man.
And, man, these guys don't know,
No,
man.
man.
Only you and I know.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Man, listen,
you
my-
won
my-
championships,
my
MVPs. Tell us
man,
about
my international experience, Judge, was another learning opportunity. Playing in countries like Venezuela, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia. Man, just meeting great people.
Yeah,
and actually,
yeah.
brother, that's where a lot of my humanitarian started. Unbeknownst to me, that you was doing humanitarian work. I just saw
Absolutely.
poor kids and wanted to help them.
Yeah,
so every
man,
country I
tell 'em
played
about
in,
that,
I brought
man.
in at least 10 to 15 kids at the home games with me. Sat down and they stretched with me. We talked.
Right.
I understand their lingo, and their culture. Because
Right.
you can't serve people that you don't know.
Right.
And so talking to those young people, building a relationship with the community, I'll be in them barrios, man, all the time, bruh.
Yeah,
On the bus with them.
Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
bigger than I wanted to learn.
Right.
So now when I see those countries in the uproar, I now say, man, it's something else going on.
Yeah,
I remember
absolutely.
my first day in Venezuela, bro. I'm in Caracas. And Cocodrilos, bro. I'm in that joint, man, and it was outside. It was like the students versus the police had on
Yeah.
riot gear.
Tell 'em
So I'm
about
like,
that.
man, what's going on? They're like, Wheeler, no, it's been a key.
Beautiful country, too.
Man, the students was throwing bottles and rocks at the police because the city had raised the bus fare a nickel. I said, man, I ride with the students. They said we already poor enough, man.
yeah,
so I just
yeah.
have a natural affinity for the
Right.
children of poverty because I'm a child of poverty, no matter what
Absolutely.
country I am. So I'm leaving them my shoes, my shirts, man, take all this stuff. Every country I've been in, man, I've been blessed to have some great teammates who showed me the country. I wanted to learn more about it.
Yeah.
And I still stay in touch because of social media with some of my
Absolutely.
teammates,
Yeah.
man.
You a legend there. They love you, man.
And the nightlife was phenomenal,
You a
man.
legend,
Oh my God.
They have no idea.
Yeah, see, you have no idea. I can't. Some things I can't share with you on air,
Right.
but I can tell you this: that God is able. He's
God
real.
is always able, baby. Because, hey, you was doing it, baby. And I said, and like when we played our first game, they was like, man, he like Michael Jordan. I said, man, look, man, he gonna score 40. We gotta try to stop the other guys because we can't stop him. I told him, I said, look, he gonna get 40, and you guys still won. You
Yeah.
guys spanked us
man.
a couple times, man. That was fun.
But that was a good era, Judge. When you talk about, man, you up in Barranquilla, you and Jarvis, and then you had a couple other guys. I remember Harold Keeling, man, going to
That's my
Harold
boy,
was over there,
Harold.
Puerto La Cruz. Harold was a legend over there, man. Victor David Diaz, Ivan Olivares, and my other boy, man, not Gustavo Lindo, but Gustavo who played for Maracaibo.
Yeah, man.
There's some great dudes, man,
Yeah,
that
man.
love basketball. You're able to make some money, see the world. It was great for me, man. It was phenomenal.
And when we played over there, man, they had the 92 Olympic team from Venezuela play against the first string team.
Yeah.
So
Carlos Herrera and them cats.
Exactly, man. So basketball was like really good over there, man. And the thing that I appreciate and I thank God for, man, is that being able to go overseas and see, like you say, the culture and the poverty. You get off the airplane and you ride in the limo, so you looking at people in the mountains, man, with no electricity.
Man.
They hanging their clothes, hand washing them, hanging them up.
Old school on the line. Yep, on the line.
Like, when we was younger and stuff. So you look at that and people with no shoes and stuff. It makes your heart cry, man.
Man, it changed me, Judge, because you will see people riding the burro, the donkey, to the grocery store.
Absolutely.
The donkey was transportation.
Absolutely.
They have a cart attached to the donkey
Right.
going to their little farmer's market.
Exactly.
And it made me appreciate where I come from. There was a guy on my team named Miguel Sagado. I'll never forget this dude, man. I used to call him Chaka Zulu. This dude spoke 7 languages, man. They learned on a beach. So I said, man, how the hell I'm not going to learn more languages? This guy learned 7 languages on the beach because those are tourist places that had Italians and French and Canadian.
Yeah, and the
English,
city you played in was absolutely gorgeous.
I was blessed, brother.
Yeah, people have no idea.
I was blessed, man.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful, man. And let's talk about, you just received the Pistons Award, man. I'm so proud of you. Give it up to him. Detroit Pistons gave you an award, and you've been serving the community and doing stuff for kids. Tell us about that.
Man, so I remember, Judge, like I said, I had no plans really of coming back to Detroit. Arizona was so great for me, man.
I was glad when you came back because I saw you at a Piston game, and we embraced and hugged with your father, man. We had such a good time.
We had it's 24 hours, it's no potholes, it's clean, it's all these great things.
Right.
But I'm not from there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't say this is my old elementary school, this is my old high school, this is where my aunt used to live.
Right.
And so my grandmother got ill. I came back home really thinking that I'm only going to be here for a month or whatever. She's going to get better. Her health took a turn for the worse. And I remember calling Big Fella. I'm like, Lefty, man. He was playing for, I think, Philadelphia.
Right.
I'm like, Lefty, man, we all can't get a degree and move away, bruh. We got to do something, man.
Right.
And so we just started small, man, following the footsteps of the great John Mason with Coach for Kids and the Turkey Drive.
Right.
And we went from 200 turkeys, man, on Linwood and Taylor to now 5,000 annually with all the trimmings and everything,
turkeys.
Man.
Every year.
And it's just love, man.
Yeah, every year in November before Thanksgiving at Ridge High.
And to see the people who
give out 5,000 turkeys.
And you know, now, Judge, the pandemic is a pandemic of poverty long before the coronavirus. So people are already hurting. Now the pandemic just exacerbated that pain. And we now, because we've been doing it for 23 years, we're able to know and add a couple of different partners. So we'll add a DTE. Because people who are in line for food also need help with their lights and gas.
Absolutely.
We'll add FBI because Michigan's top 10 for human trafficking. We'll add another agency for renters assistance because people need help. So now you got to wrap around services. It is by far, humbly, I can say this, probably the best turkey event in the country, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? With all the people that fly in,
and let me touch on this. You also have the great Tommy Hearns there. You have Derek Coleman there. You have your great friend Gary Payton there. You Earl Carrington. I mean, so many people come out and donate. Big Sean comes. I mean, I can just name on and on, man. It is a great event. You had the newscasters.
Oh, man,
there,
everybody, bro.
The Piston cheerleaders, man. We have a great time serving those people, man. And it's such a blessing, and I love you for that.
Thank you, brother. Because you know what, Judge, man? They deserve to see us, bruh.
Yeah.
They deserve to see us in success in all forms.
Yeah.
They deserve to see us every day caring about somebody else, man, because at the end of the day, the dash has to represent what have you done on God's green earth? What have you done with these resources? I never wanted a position that I couldn't use that position to help somebody else, bruh.
Exactly.
So that's why we always say, man, if not us, then who? If not now, then when? We got to do it. We can't wait on nobody else. We know what the people need. We come from these communities, man. Sacrifice, bruh.
You got to sacrifice because you can't take nothing with you.
Man, nothing, bro. I'm leaving on empty, fam.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Hey, when I go, it's on empty.
It's on empty, bro.
I don't gave everything I could give to help, man. And give
when
back.
you done seen the things we done seen, played with the best, bro. Traveled this world. Live how you want to live. Drove what you wanted to drive, bro. Ain't all no place you can't go. So it's been a great life, bro.
A great life.
A great life, man.
Good. God is great. You understand? And that's why we here on Sundays. You know, we praising God and we thanking Him. And we give Him back, man, what He's blessed us with.
Absolutely, man. Because I wouldn't be sitting here, Judge, had it not been for that unmerited grace, man. I'm telling you, you know, just been in the positions I've been in, man. My mother, I told you, she not only used drugs, but she sold drugs. So it's a fluid dope house. You know what I mean? With people laying out. So when you're under the influence, anything can happen. By God's grace, I was never molested. None of those type of things. And so now what I want to do now, and as I end with probably 20, 25 summers left, God's willing, I want to help brothers with mental illness and deal with some of the
Right.
things that we're dealing with because we've been taught so long to suppress our
Right.
emotions. So I'm
Exactly.
talking about, man, I was doing yoga this summer. I want to
Right.
be able to partner with the Wayne County Mental Health to talk about depression, suicide, man, talk about low self-esteem. Let's talk
Right.
about prostate cancer. Let's talk about brothers who got
Absolutely.
erectile dysfunction. All
Right.
these things that play along
Right.
because you stressed out in your life,
And they
bro.
trying to penalize them because they getting into the erectile business.
Exactly.
And making money, trying to get Magic Johnson.
Come on, man.
And all the fellas. That's book.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
We so every time, and I think that there's no other race of man that feels the anxiety that we feel. Every time we exit a door, we enter a world that wants to kill us, literally
Right.
and figuratively. So we got to
Absolutely.
make good decisions, not sometimes, but all the time, bro. Who
All
we
the
hanging
time.
out with? How long
Right.
you gonna stay at this
Right.
spot? Because I got
Right.
so much to lose.
Right.
I can't help people if I'm not here.
Right. And you can't help people if you don't help you.
Exactly,
And
brother.
you always do that,
Yeah, man.
You take care, man. And I'm like, you are the one who keep our family together, man. I mean, like I said, you throw great events, man. You pull us all in, and we love you for that.
Thank
all
you,
of
bro.
us, man.
Yeah, man.
All of us, man.
I'm fortunate. I love being a prospector. I'm so thankful, man. I'm so thankful that I was able to see your movement, to see Rock, Jay, Slate, World, K Nice, who I knew growing
Yeah.
up in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Jamie, man. So even
Bill Jones.
Bill, man, just see Ice.
Bo.
Chauncey, yeah,
And Jalen,
yeah.
all the great things.
Come
Let's
on,
talk
man.
about what Jalen
Oh,
does,
man.
I mean, and my heart goes out to Jalen and the family. I love y'all so much. I went to your mom's wake. I couldn't make it to the funeral because I had a game. And it was a snowstorm. We didn't get back. But I saw T. I didn't get a chance to see Jay, but man, my heart just hurt, man. Bill passed. I just been shook up for
Yeah,
him.
man, it's been rough for the family, man. You
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
Bill a year ago, Grandma in September,
Yeah.
now Mom's in
Yeah.
February, man.
Yeah.
So it's rough for youngin, man, and that's
Yeah.
what we need us to stay in contact with each other,
Yeah.
to pour
Yeah.
into them, just to
Yeah.
provide some love.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it, man. I call him the Black Hubie Brown. I just want to
Yeah.
know, man, how this cat ain't got no gray hair. Oh, yeah.
I want to know too. I'm gonna ask
he
him
might
soon
have
as
some
I
dark
see
and
him.
lovely on up in that
Right,
way.
right. I'm looking at mine. I'm gonna ask
I'm
him.
like, Jay, what you doing,
Right,
bro?
we gotta, hey, when you come, we gotta ask him. And Jay got such a great school, the Jalen
man.
Rose Academy. He's doing such great things here. And he comes back and he gives his time. He also have a great golf outing that
Oh, man, we have a
go
lot of
to.
fun, man.
Man, we had so much fun. He has this grand thing, red carpet at the MGM
Yeah,
the
man.
night before, man. I'm just really proud of
Yeah,
him.
man.
And Voshan, man, he's opened a restaurant.
Yeah.
The great Howard
Yeah,
Isley.
come on. HO at Michigan doing
Coaching
his thing.
at Michigan, go blue.
Yeah.
We number one.
Yeah.
We gonna win it all
Man.
this year. Yeah.
And what's crazy, man, is that you had cats that was questioning the hiring of Juwan. I'm like, man, how could you question that? Here's a guy
Right.
who was a top player himself,
Right.
who was a great NBA player,
Right.
coached in the NBA. I
19
dare you.
years.
I dare you question this guy's IQ.
Right. 19
Like,
years.
come on, man, play with the best.
He coached 19 years.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and they questioning.
Come on, man.
Questioning, can he coach?
Are you kidding me?
Can he run a legit program? But that's the struggle of a black man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
let's
no
get
question.
to it.
Exactly.
And that's what you were touching on earlier, man. It's hard. We got to be right. You got to make the right decision at all times, man.
The systemic racism is alive and well. There's a group of people who really feel as though their liberties have been taken, when in fact that's nothing farther than the truth.
Right.
Give this guy Juwan Howard the same ambiguity that you give a Coach K, that you give a Rick Pitino.
Absolutely.
If Rick Pitino can coach, anybody can coach, bruh.
Right.
If Tony La Russa, who getting 2 and 3 DUIs, is still coaching, are you kidding me? Here's a guy that's doing right by kids, has a stellar reputation.
Stellar reputation.
Got
Never
played with the
nothing.
greats. Come on, man. You tell me he can't pour into a kid's life?
And had a stellar career, NBA championship, been coaching 19 years in the NBA.
And you're going to tell me this guy can't get it done. That's a lie, man.
He can recruit and coach, and he knows
and I'm glad that Ward and them guys gave him the opportunity at that level, Judge. Not where he goes to another smaller school, Iona or Manhattan or something like that. He's going to a big-time program and a big-time conference that's going to be on TV. Let that man do his thing.
Man, I was there. I was crying, man. I was there. Give it up for Juwan Howard.
Absolutely.
I mean, when he had this announcement, man, I put on my suit, man. I was so happy, man. I went up to U of M, and I'm standing in there when they called him up there with his family and stuff, man. It brought tears to my eyes.
It's beautiful, man.
Because, I love Michigan to death, but we need to be more,
inclusive.
Absolutely,
you gotta be inclusive, man. You gotta mirror society, bro.
That's right, because we support the university greatly, but we need more backing from them to help us.
Yeah,
and Juwan was a great one. I mean, like Glenn Rice comes back all the time.
Yeah,
Jalen. Yeah, and they give back, man. And I'm so happy they hired him. And they give it to someone else.
Absolutely, man. Let that man do his thing, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what else great things he has. I saw him at Jay Mon's funeral. Talked to Big Noob for a minute.
Right.
I'm like, bro, whatever I could do to help you, man, I'm gonna help you, brother.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just conversation. Sometimes you might see a player that somebody didn't recognize.
Right.
Scottie Pippen somewhere in an obscure place. Like, hey, bro.
And give him a call.
Go get this kid,
and
man.
See, Juwan, no kids like that because of his environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he can understand that if another coach there, he'd be like, man, please.
I ain't got
time.
There's too many other things in the environment. Yeah. I can't reach that kid.
And he can't handle that type of kid.
Exactly,
he won't be able to reach him. But Juwan can sit back and handle that. Let's talk about you. And your career. I always thought you would be a good coach, man, a great coach. And I hear that you're helping out now at Wayne Community, which is a great school. Wayne just built a $4 million gym and stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Coach Turner, my man. So whatever he needs from me, man, as far as just talking to players, helping identify some talent, but giving them a positive word. Talking about work ethic, man. Like, a lot of these kids don't work hard, Judge. And when you come from that JC route, you got to outwork everybody, bro. You got to outwork some cats, man. You really need to have a chip on your shoulder and not let this resource go by. But now that my daughters is older, I have the time. I'm not in school anymore. Now it's like I'm gonna look at some opportunities to get engaged, man, to be able to give back and help young people because I think I have a lot to offer.
Yeah, and I know you at the great River Woods.
Yes, sir.
You guys are also. You went to the game yesterday, played Ecorse and beat them. I know you help over there. How do you think your team going to do this year?
It's a solid team, man, led by Legend Jeter and Keyshawn, 2 seniors. It's a young team, so I do believe that this year is going to be a great year. But down the road, I'm looking forward to those freshmen by their junior year really turning it up to another level, man. We got a couple freshman guards that really can be nice,
That's what
man.
The great coach Monte Stone.
Yeah, Stone over there, man.
Stone over there.
Yeah, Stone wish he was a prospector, but he's not.
All of it. G2. G, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, exactly. King George, all y'all.
Oh, my God, I love, man. Hey, man. Well, man, I love you so much, man. I thank you, man. We got a lot of great things to do, man. I hope this pandemic gets over where we can come back and do some camps and have some picnics for kids and stuff because it's really been hard, man. My daughter's a senior. She can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
She like, Dad, this is messed up. I'm like, hang in there, baby. You know,
Yeah.
you just gotta hang in there. So she like, the only place they can go is to the mall.
That's it. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's rough on young people, man. That's why we really got to check on their mental health as well, because they're grieving a lot as well.
Yeah.
Being some kids need that socialism to help them cross the finish line.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have Dr. Nikita on here talking about mental health. Probably at the end of the month, of next month.
Okay.
Yeah, I spoke to her today. So whenever she comes down from up north, I'm going to have her on here because, like you said, mental health is so crucial.
It's real, man. So,
Yeah.
man, I love you, Judge, man. It's always good to see my big brother.
All right, man. God bless everybody. Thank you for watching the show, and thank the #1 scorer from Southwestern to me. Sorry, Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's nice.